Gorgeous day today, a little warmer than the weekend. Temperatures this weekend stayed in the 50s. Today we got in the low 70s, but very pleasant. And we started out pretty chilly. Right now outside, lots of sun, 69 degrees with a dew point of 51. Wind from the northeast at 3 miles an hour. Next couple of days looking to be very nice. Hit 73 degrees this afternoon, and not record territory, but again, it felt very nice because humidity was low and our morning lows were in the 30s and 40s. And we quickly started to warm up with lots of sunshine and high pressure sitting right over us. Generally stayed in the low 70s going back to 1 o'clock this afternoon, now dropping into the 60s. But it was certainly a warmer day today, but it also felt very nice as dew points were lower. That's going to allow us to get chilly once again tonight, but not as cold. We're in the 60s outside right now, and as the sun goes down, temperatures will begin to drop out as well. We do have a weak front that is just to our north, but do you see it? Lower 60s up in North Louisiana, upper 60s near 70 degrees south. It is going to knock our temperatures down a few degrees during the afternoon tomorrow, but not a great deal. Stay in the 60s during the day. We're at dew points in the 50s and some 40s. We'll also see those dew points come down a little bit as that drier, cooler air mass settles in. Not that it was any more humid during the day today. And winds are very light and not expecting much wind with this next front coming up. Very pleasant for the next couple of days, although temperatures will be above normal. Normal high is 62 degrees. We do have some showers on the way. Starting on Thursday, we'll have some early morning rain as a cold front moves on through, and then an even colder air mass is on the way for the end of the week and weekend, or end of the weekend and going into early next week. I'll talk about that in a second. Right now in the upper atmosphere, we have this northerly flow that's keeping the good feel air in place. We're watching an upper system that is moving into the Pacific Northwest. This is going to be a developing upper low, which is going to bring us our next shot of some pretty cold air as we get into the middle to end of the week. High temperatures for several days will stay in the 50s. And then here comes another upper level low by the end of the weekend, and that's going to bring down even colder air. And at the same time that this cold air mass is moving in, we're going to see a surface low developing down to our south that'll be moving over us, associated with maybe some wintry weather across parts of Louisiana. I'll show you where in just a second. Here is our first front. This is that weak front that'll be moving through later tonight. Again, not really a whole lot of fanfare with it. Temperatures will stay out of the 70s during the day tomorrow. Here comes our next system. This one will bring in some rainfall. Not expecting anything severe, just some showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, primarily early on Thursday that this system moves on through and then clearing out for the rest of the day. That'll start our temperature drop with highs staying in the 50s by the end of the week and weekend. And then as we get toward late Sunday and early Monday, here's what both the Euro and the GFS are saying. Some wintry weather across parts of west, north Louisiana, southwest Mississippi. The GFS kind of placing that snow wintry mix in some of the same places. Does it get down to southeast Louisiana? Who knows? Does it even get this far south? This is still pretty far out in our forecast, and we know how difficult it is to get any kind of wintry weather. Just putting that out there, that right now we're looking at the chance of it by the end of this weekend. So we're going 7 days out from here. Mostly clear skies tonight. Chilly, but not as cold. We'll be dropping into the 40s. No frost, no freezing temperatures like we saw this morning. Tomorrow afternoon, very nice. A little milder with that front. High temperatures will stay more into the mid-upper 60s. Upper 60s to near 70 degrees on Wednesday. Best chance of rain is really more the overnight period going into early Thursday morning. Most of the day Thursday looks to be dry. High temperatures staying in the 50s, and then here comes that next rain chance, about a 50% in the afternoon, and then most of our rainfall early on Monday. Notice high temperatures on Monday may stay in the 40s.
Wow. All right, Chris, thank you. Well, the